solid ground materializes beneath your feet. Your weight falls back into your body all at once, and bright sunlight stings your eyes. As your eyes adjust, you realize you're still aboard the Lady Vengeance. A gust of fresh sea air caresses you, and warm sunshine prickles your skin.
Oh, one moment, please. Oh, just a moment.
Melody explodes in a fit of retching that racks her body. At last, she sneezes and expels a glob of something shiny and silver onto the deck. It wriggles quickly off the siding and plummets into the sea with a splash.
Ah, better.
That's source? Did you just vomit source?
Let's not do that again anytime soon, hmm?
What of the others?
Oh, don't start. It was all I could do to save a few of them. It's no mean feat bringing an entire ship full of unspent souls to the Hall of Echoes, you know. I managed all the interesting ones, though. You're welcome. I do hope you learned something useful on our little field trip.
Go too.
Even I know when to pay attention to the gods. Tell me what you saw.
I'll tell you when you answer some questions.
Oh, fine. One, spooky magic. Two, only half a demon, actually. My mother was a bitter elf named Loda. Three, just a bit of leftover effluvia from the spell. Four, more than I can count. Five, something too horrible to mention by the light of day. And now that I've answered every question a sane person could conceive to ask of me in this moment, let's carry on. What did you see?
I like her.
I see. So, your god seemed uncharacteristically frightened, told you the void was coming, and that only you could ascend to divinity, after which you felt a cold deep within you. Well then, it sounds like you need to ascend, doesn't it? And quickly.
She inspects her fingernails with great attention, then looks up at you from under an arched eyebrow.
Did they mention how you were meant to become the next divine?
Let's go too.
Oh, what confidence you inspire. Luckily for you, Mama Malady is here to help. We already know you can bless, but as far as I know, you can neither see source nor take it as you see fit. I may not know much about divinity, but I do know that any godwoken worth their salt will know how to perform all these so fantastic feats. You need to go see the Meister.
Let's go one.
As have I, but not in the ways a true godwoken can. Forget those ghastly little jars and wands to which small people must resort. You ought to be able to see and speak to the spirits that wander our realm, and you ought to be able to extract the source they leave behind, too. All this just by your little old onesie. No devices, no gimmicks. When you're done, you'll be able to amass and unleash quantities of source so great that Lucian himself would blush. I quite look forward to seeing it.
Let's go one.
She's got one of those things in Driftwood, you know, the building where people go and they do things inside of it. A home, that's it. She's got a home in Driftwood. Give me your map. There you are. Tell her I sent you and she'll handle the rest. You're at the beginning of a long journey, Godwoken. Long, but exceedingly interesting. Now, I must be going, and so must you.
Where are you headed?
Shopping.
How am I going to get to shore?
Why, our faithful little sloop, of course. We can all ride together. Won't that be terribly fun?
Let's go.
Before you go, if I'm not back by the time you find out where our journey takes us next, you can call me back here. Tell the ship. She'll know how to summon me. And in the unlikely case you don't manage to do whatever it is you'll need to do to become what you need to become, you could call me, but I would be grateful if it doesn't come to that.
Yeah, I'll grab this real quick. Talk to my friends.
It's rather impressive that a place named Reaper's Coast is even less cheerful than it sounds. Then again, I suppose desolate, boring, and covered in fish heads coast doesn't quite roll off the tongue. Still, here we are. I trust I needn't remind you about our agreement.
Let's go to.
Good. It is of the utmost importance that I reach the Black Pits and access the dig site there.
Yeah, thank you for repeating it for me so that I remembered.
Once that is understood, I am quite content. Lead on, oh adequate one.
Gotta say.
Hmm? Oh, you catch me during a meditative moment. Gods, voids, a perilous journey through the Hall of Echoes. One wonders whether one is awake or dreaming.
Go one.
In that case, it's high time we return to the order of the day, which in my case is still the domain of dreams, of course. Bramos the Wanderer told me to meet him in Driftwood. So, to Driftwood we must go. I can only hope it will be a town of opulence and plenitude, despite its rather discouraging name.
Okay. Get a lay of the land of the boat here. There's a travel point. Freaking, oh, there it is.
Hail, friend, and remember, in Lucian's love there can be no wrong.
Let's ask him his questions first.
Paradise awaits, my friend. Not an actual paradise, of course. I don't think there's such a place in all of Rivellon. Paradise Downs. My parents still sow the soil there. And if the Order hadn't called me to its ranks, I'd still call their farm my home. I miss it. I miss them. They've been forever understanding of my duty. But I admit, I've been neglectful. I have some wrongs to right.
Go one.
I expect Malady has an answer to that. It seems she's got it all in hand.
Go one.
Only as often as I need his guidance, Godwoken. When I invoke Lucian's words, I invoke his deeds too. He stood for the defenseless when the Black Ring rose up. For all of us. For my mother, my father.
Gareth's nostalgia lasts for just a moment longer. He composes himself, clears his throat, and waits for your next question.
Alright, Han.
Hello again. That's twice now you've saved my skin.
And that's like 6 times now that you have nothing good in your inventory.
And I think it's time to start repaying the favours. I could fetch some stuff you need, maybe. Ma always said I was a great runner.
Oh my gosh. Shadow Instance?
Sure thing. I'll start hunting that down right away. Don't wait up.
Up you go.
I've plenty of fighters for hire. Oh, I see.
Yeah, we already got our crew. Alright. Anybody still down here? Nobody over here? Did she really kill everybody? That would be some crazy stuff. Hope she killed Alexander. Like everybody's dead. Okay. Oh. We're on the shores of a new adventure. Back upstairs. Oh no, Gareth is gone. That's really bad because I needed him. He's gone too. When was the last time I saved? Grr. Alright, oh well. We'll find them again someday. Where did your voice acting go? Let's go one. Did I do something? Where's the voice acting? I tab out? Tab in? Oh, well, by then it's already ended.
The angelic figure stands upon a mosaic that depicts a dragon or a leviathan. You feel weightless, as if lifted by a silent wind. For just a moment, your mind is free of wonder and worry.
Thank you. I guess we can level up since we're chilling. Hold off on spending those points. Like a roundabout way of going. A lot of poison. Supposed to make our way over here. Kind of far away. Safe.
Ma, can you hear me?
Here. Something's going on there.
Come on.
Hey, trouble?
The little boy lobs a stone across the river. It makes a long arc before plunging into the water below.
Ain't got nothing.
Oh, Ma, are you all right? Ma.
Go two.
A screech like metal dragging on stone grinds from across the river.
You have to help her, please. You can't see her. She's in the house, and those things are all around. Void things.
Go three.
There was a fight. Some dwarves dwarves attacked some magisters, and there were sorcerers too, and then the bugs came, those void things. They killed everyone, and my ma got 'em to chase her, and she went across the bridge, and then she raised the bridge, and she told me to run, and now she's stuck over there with them.
Go to.
Not without Ma. Family doesn't just leave each other.
Let's go 1.
You will.
Sure.
Maybe you can cross the river then. Ma lifted the bridge, but there's got to be another way, right?
Yeah. Do this one.
What should I do? Oh, I know.
His gaze shoots to the ground. He grabs a small flat pebble and chucks it across the river. Again, it lands in the water below, well before reaching the other side of the cliffs.
I'll keep distracting him.
Go back to town, kid.
No way. Ma didn't leave me. I'm not leaving her.
He performs a divine order salute.
Now go out, Ma.
Oh, it's not even a quest we get in our log.
Ma, can you hear me?
These guys look dangerous. Resistant to poison. Have opportunist. Very nasty stuff.
Oh.
Crazy stuff happened here.
No, it's not true. Can't be true.
A Magister caravan.
No,
I remember
no,
one just
no.
like this picking me up. Could have been a shipment to Fort Joy. But what happened here?
Not real. Not happening. No, it's not true. Can't be true.
Good find.
No, no, no.
Crazy stuff happened here. Hey. Alright.
White as driftwood salt, the dwarf flinches at your approach, yet she holds a short, clean blade aloft. Her fierce stance can't hide the trembling of her fingers.
Back. Get back. I'll kill you, just like the rest of them.
Let's go beast.
She slumps, all bravado draining from her.
No, 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 no. I've never seen anything like those beasts before. Are they gone?
Go 3.
She quails at your touch, shrinking back from you. Her eyes widen and lose focus, as though she's seeing something played out before them. Her voice is shaky when she speaks.
Those? Yes. Worst ones I've ever seen. Ripped through the magisters. The dwarves. Dead. 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 And the sorcerers. Sorcerers. Gone.
Gonna go 1.
Her eyes stare vacantly into the distance, glassy as marbles. It's not cold, yet her shivering is relentless.
I don't know. I don't know. Old Duna's beard. Loha. My boss Loha will want to know what happened to them, but I can't remember.
Go beast 1.
Well, you'll find him in Effie's Emporium, neath the Black Bull. He's a fine man. A little gruff, yeah.
But he's the only one in Driftwood wanting to help and not hurt.
Go 2.
No. No, I don't know. I don't know.
Constitution Dwarf. Let's go that. I mean, you know what? It's gonna fail. I know it's gonna fail, but Constitution tag, Dwarf tag? Come on. Yeah!
She looks up at you through tear-stained eyes, but you can see her resolve hardening as she remembers who she is and what she stands for.
Maybe. Oh, Seven Sympathy. I saw those things dragging the sorcerers along the cliffs towards the Wreckers' caves. No more. It's gone.
She flinches at the slightest rustle of wind through the long grass. Terror in her eyes, she stumbles away from you.
Stumbles? She is booking it. I was gonna say, are those chickens? Hey, let's go talk to some chickens. Rotten eggs. And still.
Eggy gone. Baby Eggy gone for good. Help! 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 Marge knows. Marge saw. Ask Marge.
Gosh, stay still.
Yes, you look just the type. Egg thief. I knew it. I found the culprit. Tell that to Big Marge, if you dare.
Did you hear? The eggs are gone. Gone for good. No one to keep them warm. No one to keep them safe. Not my eggs, our eggs. All the family, all the eggs, every last one. Big Marge, sir. Big Marge will tell you everything.
Already spoke to Tiff. We spoke to Grimlet. Let's go 2. Go 1. Go 2. Right? Strange.
I saw. They were stolen. The babies, the eggs, something took them.
Where'd they go?
If I showed you, you could bring them back. You could bring them back. Map, show me your map.
Go 1.
In a flurry of feathers, she leaps up and pecks a small hole in your map.
That's where they are. I went after my babies. I saw where they went, but they've changed so much. Much. Bring them back.
I'll help you out. Go over here. What's up, Pidge?
The kid is whistling an off-key tune as he strolls about shiftily. He raises an eyebrow at your approach, but says nothing.
Yeah, no. Talking to the wrong kid. Or
The kid is whistling an off...
Ain't up to out. Just looking for someone.
who you looking for?
Sina, Ben Mesd.
Go 1.
Too bad.
The kid shoves his hands in his pockets and ambles off, resuming his tuneless whistling.
Okay. You have to go explore a little bit over there. That's the lost eggs. I'd like to go into town to buy some stuff. We'll quick save. Approach the Magisters.
Welcome to Driftwood.
Get yourself in check, boy. I won't have you running off like Millicent and Tully. You'll just end up sliding down some Voidwoken's gross gullet piece by piece.
Got nothing.
The older-looking Magister notices your presence. He wipes his grubby hands downward across his greaves, as if to wipe away the grime, but instead smears more dirt onto them.
Halt, dwarf! What word do you bring?
Let's go one.
His face goes pale, and his eyes open wide. The Magister that greeted you remains stiff, as if enduring a harsh wind.
The Voidwoken come.
Hush, Fader. You may pass, traveller. Dare say you'll be aching to leave before long anyway. But before you do, find Raymond, the White Magister. He'll want to know what you've seen. Be quick, mind. He's set to sail any moment.
He nods his head in the direction of the bridge, but offers no other instructions.
As long as you stay put...
The Magister smiles, but he does not make eye contact with you. He shifts his weight from the left foot to the right.
Thank the Seven I've Oldest to guide me in these times. He allows me to borrow a bit of courage from him when I need.
And you don't got anything either.
He mumbles a goodbye. The Magister smiles.
Thank the Seven I've... It's true, what you say. My belly's as yellow as a canary, but when the hammer comes calling, you don't refuse. It's only a matter of time, you know? Outside Driftwood, not even the sharpest blades can protect us from those things. Inside, a Magister killer roams. Our numbers dwindle. I'm hardly fit to protect. I only hope to survive.
Go one.
I know they disappear without a sign. Magister Carver's looking into it, but it's been so long since we've talked, a dwarf could have grown 3 beards by now. Farewell.
As long as you stay put, you'll be safe.
Pick a cards. We already got plenty of those.
Them sorcerers from the caravan.
They'd be daft to come back. And as long as there's no sorcerers,
Thing card though.
there's no Voidwoken. You're fine as long as you don't go wandering.
Casting some nails.
I've heard stories of Driftwood. My kind ain't exactly thriving.
Teleport up there. Save us all some time. Where's the pamphlet? Oh, right there. Do not follow the light. A lot of dead fish and poison all over the place. Okay, look for some shopkeepers.
Oh, we dwarves had a kingdom, and we will have it back.
Alright, man.
The dwarf keeps singing his wistful tune, oblivious to your presence.
Just keep doing that. Go do my own thing.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
Nothing good. The void welcome are
If I
everywhere.
don't come visit your ton, who will?
Thank the divine you're
Wouldn't you like to know?
All right, so I'm gonna test something real quick.
Yes, of course.
Keeping it together.
Ah, okay, you can't read it.
I'm all right as long as
My word, but you do look exhausted. I bet have at it.
Just show me what you got for sale, man.
Hope you're wrong.
Okay, those are the ones that I want. Other people I need to talk to, though.
Back off. Locals first. You want to make war, you can eat elsewhere.
And I'm a dwarf. I'll bust you up.
Well, keep steady. People
The
still
dog
need
lies there
water.
quietly, clearly in great pain.
Can't talk to the dog.
Quite the tale on you. Penny for a sick dog.
And you got 20 gold.
A glance at the dog's miserable face tells you it's sick, all right.
Tell him to get a job. Go with 2.
What am I, dog's doctor? Dog's sick. Go on, kiss a penny for a sick dog.
You're here to protect us.
Right, let's talk to the dog.
The dog lies there quietly, clearly in great pain.
You don't smell right.
What's wrong with you?
Got a pain in the neck. Got a bad pain in the neck.
Go 1.
It flinches. A low, threatening growl builds within its throat.
Go 1.
Under the collar, you find the sharpened points of metal rivets, gouging the poor dog's skin. The dog bares its teeth at you and growls.
Go 1.
The dog gives you a long, hard stare, but does not bite you. Yet.
Go 1.
The dog goes to bite your hand, and then realizes the pain is gone.
Hey, I feel okay. Thanks, man. Think I'll wander off now. Here, before I go, what can I do to show my gratitude?
I got me a sweet deal. And that's all you need to know.
I need gold. Let's go 2.
Master did.
Not much. People don't want to leave town. Can't blame them. There's no safety in solitude.
Go 2.
The yellow clinky things? My master has those. He has lots. They're in his socks, so no one can steal them. He's very clever, my master.
Go 1.
Huh? Wait a minute. Master hurted me? Excuse me a minute. I'm gonna go now. But first, I have a thing I need to do.
He turns to his master.
You bad man, you!
You could be a dwarf, for starters.
Bye, dog.
Penny for a grieving beggar whose dog ran away.
He's clever. Oh man, let's go.
Ow! Lucy and Divine, be careful. I should charge you a penny for that.
Let's give him 1.
Thank you kindly. Any chance of another one? Penny for a lost dog and all that?
Ah, we out.
No money? You dead beat. Get out of the way so I can pitch to someone who does. Penny for a sick dog, people. Go on there. Penny for a sick dog.
Oh. I only took 20 gold from him? Kidding me right now?
You made it back, safe and sound. That's all you gotta think about right now. Easier said than done, Ada.
Okay. Let's see what you people have.
You needing supplies? I'd stock up if I anything more. Until later then.
Alright, alright.
Keeping it together, Ree.
So you said you're a traitor, you're a traitor.
Too much.
Need more traitors. Peter Heron.
Queen Justinia executes.
Got word from the factory that another boat went down.
The only people?
Things ain't looking good.
Peter Orvis. Trying to figure out the best where to go here. Dashing. Okay. Man, there's so many I want to buy. All right, we're gonna try to steal. We haven't saved in a while. We got another swap. Only took like 6 million years. But I guess we can move on to talking to people. You know, doing normal stuff.
Hello, mister.
The little boy looks at you. He picks his nose.
You be careful. My daddy's a magister. No, he's not. His daddy's a fisherman like most daddies round here.
Let's do it.
They stare at you in disbelief. Then they start laughing.
You're weird.
Go on.
We're waiting for our friend. He went for a swim. He'll be back soon. He went swimming all the way to Fort Happy. Fort Joy? That's what I said. Fort Joy. He's going to find his mum and bring her back.
Go on.
Oh, I want my friend back. Ben, if he finds his mum in Fort Joy, they're probably both really happy now. So don't worry. Isn't that right, mister?
Let's go too.
Well, then they'll be home soon, won't they? Why would they stay in a place that isn't nice? See, Ben? Joe and his mum will be back soon.
Children logic.
Well, I guess so. Thank you, mister. Now, if you don't mind, we're busy waiting for our friend. Bye-bye, mister.
The kids turn back to the water. Ben picks his nose.
I didn't want to talk to you anyways. All right. Some of you guys are still talking. My goodness.
That's it. The barrels and the chests on the double.
Raspy gusts of breath wheeze from the creature's badly mangled mouth as he lifts and drops cargo with automaton-like precision.
Don't let up now.
By the sun. These sacks weigh like lead. It's a disgrace I have to toil like this. I'm a magister, not a damned silent monk.
Mad bro.
Go on, you mute sacks of flesh. Put your backs into it. I'll not lose another day to the tide. The Lord Dread awaits. Its sails billow with Dallas's breath. I'll...
The Magister stops barking orders. He sniffs the air like a predator, turns to face you, the wolf eyeing the deer.
He has that unique border around him as well. Also, 800 armor, almost 900. Go to.
Oh, but yours is not a stink like the one that surrounds us, spat from a dying sea. Yours is a scent that invites a question. Tell me, have you ever been strung up by the hands? Your body swinging like a bell's clapper as your bones are being broken with cast iron rods?
Go one.
Of course you haven't. We've only just met.
He licks his lips. Dry flesh turns wet.
Level 9.
See, I'd like to string you up too. Rack you with rods and leave you dangling over a puddle of your own blood and piss.
Let's go 3.
His sliver of a smile could rival a rattler's.
I'm very good at what I do, see? I don't even need a sauce hound yapping by my side. There was a whiff of something in the air when you approached. A current of filth, that is to say, sauce. Best convince me I was mistaken.
Wits.
He leans in closer and sniffs the air once more.
Interesting. So I was mistaken. Must have been ambition I smelled on you, not the magic that dare not speak its name. Very well. In that case, we'll forego the gallows and turn straight to the hunt. A would-be magister has to prove his killer instinct after all. Seems peaceful here, doesn't it? A quiet day in a quiet town. One wouldn't think these drifting woods toss on dwarf-troubled waters. But they do.
Go to.
I'm quite capable. But as you can see, I'm also preparing to set sail. And who will deal with them when I'm gone? Consider for a moment the dwarf. What is he? What are you, A mule, a beast of burden? But some defy that role. There are rats among them, dancing to their rat queen's tune. I've need of a rat catcher.
Go one.
Of course. I must depart post-haste, but Julian here will stay behind and be a good little parrot. Ask, and he will answer.
Stay behind? But I've my orders. Same as you. Dallas.
Like I said, Julian is staying. And with that, I must be off. No hard feelings about the death threats, of course. How about we part shaking hands instead of stringing them up?
Sure, this seems like a trap, but sure.
How very heartwarming. One last thing. The Magisters here are diligent men and women. A stranger like you may run into troubles with them. Should this happen, just wave this piece of parchment in their eager little faces. My signature will placate them without fail, I assure you. Adieu and good luck. The Lord Dread awaits. The use of the gallows I pass on to you. The time has come, my stitched-lipped lovelies.
Okay.
We set sail. Get on board and man your stations.
Okay.
Left behind like a dog.
That the Fane.
7 curses upon that ship.
The Magister is rubbing the dirt off his robes, none the worse for wear, apparently, from the blast of magic that knocked him off his feet.
You, the damn recruit. I'd be whining and dining aboard the Lord Dread if it weren't for you. Your meddling in Magister affairs had better be worth it.
Go one.
Yes, I am very much aware. Wasn't my damned head that hit the floor back there. Now answer me. Did you meet with a Magister caravan on your way into town? The hour's growing late and I'm beginning to worry something might have gone wrong.
Go one.
By the bishop's bones, you saw it? Out with it, man. What happened?
Go two.
Dwarves. The pox on those bearded devils. Raymond, that old goat, always suspected there's more to the Driftwood dwarves than meets the eye. Hate to admit it, but I think he may be right. Too many things have gone wrong along Reaper's Coast to attribute to bad luck. Magister ships sinking, weapons disappearing, and as you've seen, a caravan attacked and destroyed. Rumour has it the Dwarvian Queen herself is behind these acts of sabotage. That is what I want you to prove.
Okay, let's go one.
There's a local thug, Lohar. He runs an operation out of his hideout beneath the Black Bull Tavern. I suspect this man of being a spy for his queen. It may be interesting to have a word with him. Find out what he's up to. But where I really want you to ferret around is Reaper's Bluffs, to the east of Driftwood.
Turn on the light real quick.
It's wild territory, remote and hostile, where I believe the dwarves may have set up a base of operations away from prying eyes. Should you find any such place, and better yet, proof that Lohar is working on behalf of Queen Justinia, you will be handsomely rewarded, I assure you.
Go one.
They've always been snakes in the grass. Cheap labour, sure, and hard workers too. Half of them are their queen's spies. Her eyes, her ears, her poison-pouring hands. You know what Queen Justinia is like, surely? A tyrant and a master strategist to boot. In that case, go forth and let the hunt commence!
It shall be done.
You'd swear the shark was smiling at you.
I've got years of fishing experience behind me, and I'm reduced to begging to gut and clean what catchers make it back.
Dang, you got so much money too. Alright. We're gonna have to go on some killer shopping sprees.
Easier said than done, Ada.
Okay, so
Anything that will protect against food wipe.
You eating any of your own fish? Keeping it together, Bree.
although he's already pretty tanky. Wow, 4,000 hit points.
You're safe among friends. Never.
Latest news! Many a latest, my friend. The war, the bishop, the queen. What tickles your fancy? Ain't looking too good for them lizards. Word is, the Divine Order's gonna hit the ancient empire and hit it hard. You remember what happened to the elves, don't you? Ain't no one left standing when you treat them to death fog. Seven save us. Stabbed in the back he was, by them vile, low-born, treacherous seekers. Kill them all, I say. Do them like Magister Raymond did old Lady Siva. That'll teach them traitors. I mean, they doomed us all, didn't they? The son of the Divine is dead. Gone. Who'll save us now? Jolly Justinia, Queen of the Dwarves. Ha! Scourge, more like. Here's 20 or so noble gentlemen. No one knows what they did wrong, if anything, and she has them stripped and whipped all the way to the execution grounds. Didn't even give them the dignity of the sword, no sir. Had them all hung. Real slow like. You ask me, I say she's mad as a mink with its tail on fire. Begging your pardon, of course.
Okay.
Startled, the guard leaps backwards and reaches for her weapon. She locks eyes with yours before releasing the grip on her blade's hilt.
Got nothing.
Shouldn't surprise me like that. Oh, I could have sliced your neck clean open.
Go to.
Rustling leaves no longer remind me of autumn. A songbird's call no longer makes me whistle. Now, they might signal a Voidwalken's attack. Have you ever faced a Voidwalken?
Barbarian.
More times than you can count, so once then.
She barks a laugh in your face.
Several times actually.
Nonsense. You best abandon those fables of yours. The danger is real. And the first to fall will be the dreamers and the escapists.
I don't want to go to Fort Joy with the smelly lizards.
Get her, Dallas. Get that sorcerer.
Driftwood Fishworks.
The door.
I don't care if we tear this place apart plank by plank. We will find him.
You can't just charge in here and ransack my business.
I really want to reload so that I
There's a
can
murder on the loose,
not
and
buy
you're thinking about your business.
that
I have
skill.
rights. You've no authority to storm in here like this.
We have the authority of 4 missing magisters.
You've been warned, Barnes. Now get out of my sight.
You tell the magisters.
The Magister turns, and his eyes fall on you.
There's a sorcerer somewhere in this worm-ridden dump. Have you seen him? Grey cloak, grey beard, satchel of books.
Haven't seen him.
Lucian's teeth. Where is that runt hiding? If you see anything suspicious, anything at all, report it immediately. Do you understand?
Why are you looking for him?
He's a sorcerer dressed as a tinkerer. Our brothers started vanishing as soon as the tramp arrived in town. He fled into this stinking shed, but we'll find him again. We'll have our justice.
We're gonna go 2, Barbarian.
The Magister looks at you in disgust.
We will not ride him down like orcs. We live in a more civilized world than that. He shall be captured, read his sentence, and crucified. Oh, if you'll excuse me, I need some air. Gods, you smell worse than the fish.
Not pretty bad. There was a human. The human walking around. Don't know where he.
The dwarf peers at an expertly dissected fish, gently poking its innards with his knife.
Fascinating. Most fascinating. Oh my. I mean, no. What do you want?
We're gonna go dwarf, number 3.
The dwarf brushes your hand off and shuffles back a step or 2.
I do not have. I ain't got no time for talking, dwarf or not. I've got to carry on with my job.
Go on.
Nothing wrong with taking pride in your work.
Go 2.
The dwarf grimaces and points the tip of his knife at his handiwork.
Whatever's wrong with these fish is causing a lot of hardship for a lot of folk. I want to figure out what's happening to them. See if there's anything that can be done.
Go 1.
Yes, as it happens. I need to see the effects of eating these fish firsthand, if you understand me.
Go 3.
No, I can't eat the fish. I need to properly observe its effects, and I can't do that if I'm indisposed.
Go 2.
Do as I ask, and you'll be amply rewarded, I guarantee you.
All right, I'll do it.
Wonderful. Now, there's 3 samples that I wish to learn more about. Care to choose?
Go redfish.
The fish instantly churns your insides. Everything turns black. A sudden vivid sensation of floating in darkness assails you. There's something in there with you. Something. Hungry and corrupt. You can't breathe. You can't breathe. The dwarf suddenly drifts back into view, peering at you with fascination.
How do you feel?
A stream of black bile suddenly erupts from your mouth and across the dwarf's boots. He doesn't even look displeased.
Go 1.
I see. Well, I'm sure it was nothing but a side effect of the fish. Speaking of which, I've learned a great deal from observing you. I owe you a great debt.
Go 2.
Ah, yes, of course, but this mightn't be quite what you were expecting, but, well, the fish you ate is known as crimson bream, quite a fast, vicious breed. It's often used in the creation of ferocity mixtures. But those use regular specimens, not this kind. Who is to say what might happen if you brewed a ferocity mixture with a crimson bream that's been touched by the void itself? The effects could be quite potent. Seek out somewhere that peddles ferocity herb mixes, but make an addition. One of these, unique breams. So, now my work must continue, as soon as I've got in my quota of fish, of course. Farewell, stranger.
Okay. What sells the most? Talk to the dog.
The dog sniffs the wooden decking, like there's something wrong.
Something's wrong. Something's wrong, and it's not right.
What's going on?
I don't know, but there's something wrong, and it's underneath the floor.
I'll investigate.
Be careful down there, mister. You're not smelling what I'm smelling.
The dwarf reaches into a barrel and pulls out a fish. His knife glides through the scales, crimson guts spilling out in its wake.
Man.
The innards fall to the floor, landing in a pool of dark bile. You'd expect fish to smell, but these reek.
Going 3 barbarian.
You see the nose on my face, don't you? I bloody know it smells, and I don't care as long as it sells. And sells it does. Somehow. But the boss has found a buyer for this lot. It's to be shipped off to Arx in the next wagon, if you'd
Go
believe
2.
it.
Your clap on the back knocks his knife askew, cutting a jagged line through the best of the flesh. He looks at you with disgust as he tosses the fish aside.
Lucky ain't the word I'd use. Nor's patient. So go and loom somewhere else.
The dwarf turns back to his work, slicing and disemboweling fish after fish, as the blood and black bile mix and swirl around his boots.
Let's go 2.
The dwarf takes a step back. His eyes fall on your huge fists, opening and closing as you grind your teeth.
They're going to the Black House in Arx. I ain't got the buyer's name. Not even sure he has a name. There ain't nothing more I can tell you. Now get going and leave me be.
Is that like salt? We gotta go under there somehow without anybody noticing. Maybe that guy was the guy that I was looking at.
Hail to your house and hail to the Queen. Does me down good to see a stout, proud dwarf, and no mistake.
Go 3 barbarian.
You wash your mouth with soap, lad. I'd slap you straight if you weren't so damn big. Pah! Should have known better than to expect the right stuff from another driftwood dwarf. Bunch of doormats, the lot of them.
Go 3.
Easy for you to say, isn't it? I bet you could punch a Voidwalker and get it to apologise for getting in your way. But I ain't a violent man, Jack. Just pisses me off to see dwarfs sing praises at Reds. Bloody disgrace, I say.
Keep going with barbarian.
Ho ho ho, that's the spirit now we're talking. Boil 'em red as them fancy robes. The day will come we'll overthrow 'em. You mark my words. Until then, I'll practice the art of gutting on spoiled fish.
Go 1.
Fugitive? I don't think that's something I should be discussing with strangers.
Go 3.
That's baloney, and you know it. An old dwarf like me ain't so easily tricked, kid. No, no, I shan't be baited. I ain't saying nothing on the topic no more.
Huh. Nice, I can look up stuffs. So, wits or finesse? All right, those are my highest. These have additional tags. Let's go memory.
I said no, and I meant it. Now kindly leave me be. The fish is to clean, and God's damn filthy they are too.
Try some other stuff. Oh. Yep.
I said no, and I meant.
All right.
What? You be needing something from me, lad? Ain't much inclined to rub elbows with lizards, if you catch me drift.
Go Red Prince.
One of those, are you? An aristocrat? A slaver, even, from the House of War? Yeah, I think I pegged you right. Between you and me, Fancy Pants, I'll still take a slaver like yourself over the Reds any day.
Go one.
Glad to hear you say it. The day will come we'll overthrow 'em, you mark my words. Until then, I'll practice the art of gutting unspoiled fish.
Go one.
I had friends. Good friends. Not even dwarves, some of them. Reds put him on a ship, sailed him to Fort Joy. Ever heard of that place? Fort Joy? They send you there means you ain't never coming back.
Go to one. Let's go two.
You've been there? Smack in the middle of the lion's den? Crikey! So you're a sorcerer then? In that case, you must know about the fugitive. That fella all those Reds are looking for. I mean, if he's a sorcerer too, you'll want to do right by him, won't you? Make sure they don't catch the poor bugger.
Go one.
The dwarf leans in and begins whispering conspiratorially.
This fella runs along, right, sweating, panicking. Reds racing after him like hunting hounds. Hide in a barrel, you fool, I yelled. And what do you know? He did. Problem is, he's still in there. Been hours. Can't go nowhere, he can't, not with the Reds around.
In a freaking barrel, man.
Hope that fella makes it out of Driftwood. The Reds will kill him if they find him.
Go one.
Reds got him, but can they hold him? I mean, you got out, didn't you? Maybe they can too.
Alright, so we gotta search every freaking barrel. Except we can't search hardly any of the barrels.
Dwarf, have you seen a human acting suspiciously near here? Grey cloak, grey beard, satchel slung over his shoulder.
Go, let's go one.
Blast! Well, if you do see anything odd, report it immediately. There is a foul creature lurking in one of these shadows, and we will find him.
That's enough of you. Well, I can't search through all these barrels when all these people... Or when it's basically just stealing.
You see a man, well-fed and wealthy, but stress has lined his face and narrowed his waist. He seems to be expecting you. He offers you a large and rusted key.
This is actually the guy I've been looking for. Man, you got a lot of money.
You took your time. The Magisters are searching the place, and Lohan needs to get his stuff out of the basement if he doesn't want to lose it.
Go two.
Good. And if you get caught, I know nothing about it, and this conversation never happened. Good day.
Go two. I know where the basement is. I think I've talked to her.
Looking for a good time, mate? Head downstairs in the Black Bull Tavern. Tell the lummox blocking the way that Blassin gave you a tip-off.
Squish is still the favourite.
A lot of people watching.